y'all, it's your girl Jaya back with another video. If you are new here, welcome. If not, welcome back, y'all. So it is day 24 of Vlogtober, guys. Moving right along here. Make sure you guys are like, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Also be sure to hit that post notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a video. Okay, all right. Let's get straight into the story time. So as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be telling you guys about how basically my friends and I got this Airbnb and how we ended up getting kicked out, because I don't know about y'all, but Airbnb been like super strict and extra shady lately. And I feel like they purposely found any problem just to kick you out and take all your money, because they don't be refunding you for shit. Okay? For shit. All right, so let's get right into it. And by we, I'm going to give some names here. There was, for one, let's name the one guy, Ted. Chelsea. Now, y'all, this was Chelsea before Chelsea and I were friends. I always knew who Chelsea was. We went to the same high school together. Chelsea and Ted and I, we all went to the same high school together. Chelsea was a grade above me, and Ted was a grade above her. But we were all cool. Ted and I, we always been cool, and we were close friends. But Ted and Chelsea were also close friends, but Chelsea and I were not close friends. You know how that works? Yeah. So Ted went ahead and threw this Airbnb party, and he of course invited me and my sisters and all that good stuff. So we came through like, hey, it's a party, Airbnb party. It was lit. We went there, it was cool. Chelsea was there. Chelsea's sisters were there, and of course we knew Chelsea's sisters as well. It's funny because Chelsea's sister used to actually be best friends with my sister Lexi. So that's how I even knew who Chelsea was in the first place. But me and her was never like super close like that until later in life, of course. So I'm there, I'm like, hey girl, what's up? And everybody, I basically knew everybody there because we had all went to high school together. But mind you, this is like 10 years after high school type shit. So it's just like, oh yeah, y'all, not 10 years, y'all, maybe like 7 or 8. Either way, it was years after we had all graduated high school, is what I'm getting at. But yeah, so there's Airbnb and it's lit and we're all drinking and we're playing games and, we're smoking, we're in and out, outside, inside, all that good stuff. So it's like a real good vibe. Like it's real chill, like real cool. And I remember that part, that Airbnb ended up getting shut down. I remember there was one girl there who was acting very crazy outside, arguing with somebody. Either way, it just drawed in too much attention with like the neighbors, and we ended up getting the cops called on us and ended up having to leave. I remember my sisters and I just so happened to be upstairs of the Airbnb, and the cops came, and I remember Ted had turned all the lights off and was just like, everybody be quiet, because the cops was outside, and it was just a bunch of craziness. But I guess everybody who was outside, the cops made go home, but he didn't necessarily make everybody in the house go home. But after the cops had came, of course, everybody was just like, yeah, like, let me chill out, let's go home. Even though we were all over 21. The one girl who was actually making the ruckus and the fuss, she was like the only one there who happened to be underage, y'all. Crazy. But everybody else there was pretty much 21 and over, so we have really no reason to leave. It was the Airbnb, and yeah, everything was cool. So from that point on, Ted is just like, all right, he kind of got me into it because I'm like a real good organizer, y'all, and I have a really good what do you call it, reputation, good stance, whatever, when it comes to Airbnbs. Like I don't have any bad reviews or anything like that from any host saying that I was a bad, client, tenant, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, like my account was in good standing with Airbnb. So now Ted is trying to get this group together. So it's me, it's Chelsea, Ted, this other guy we would hang out with, and we're all coming together. Now, mind you, before this, we all kind of started just like talking to each other over the phone more, taking down notes, planning meetups, planning dates to have more parties, because basically we wanted to be like event planners, party planners for events like that. But we were starting out small with Airbnbs. So, now I'm like in this group, I'm like, oh yeah, that's dope. And, we were like, we're going to do a couple free cool ones. And then when we get bigger events, of course, we're going to start charging people and really start making money from this. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's lit. Like, let's do it. So now we're planning all these like smaller parties at these Airbnbs. Now we went shopping around for Airbnbs for a few weeks, trying to find the right one. Like, we would see it on Airbnb, and then we would drive to the location just to look around it, see how close the house was to the neighbors, see how big the yard was. Like, we just went to go look at the outside of it. That's it. So we would do that, and we found one that was perfect. It was just like in a back corner, wasn't really no neighbors around. There was neighbors, but it was a real cool area, and it was just like perfect to have like a kickback, like a get together there. I'm not gonna say it wasn't a lot of people, because mind you, this is still just like an Airbnb. It's not like a big venue club, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, we wanted to start getting people, coming to these parties. So now we're planning this out. We're like, all right, this is how many people we're going to invite and have come through. We're going to get this much alcohol. We're going to have it from this time to this time. And we're going to have a party. We're going to get this Airbnb for the weekend. Have it's Friday. Have people talking about it. And have a little bit of a bigger one on Saturday in the same crib. So we're like, all right, bet, like, let's do it. So Ted, I can say he was the head of it, but I would say with Chelsea and I being like the woman touch, and mind you, at this point, me and her were not friends. We were just cordial, working together in this group, and this new partnership we had. So, we would put like the, all right, well, don't forget this and don't forget that, just making sure. Because, guys, sometimes they have ideas and they be like that. And we'd be like, hold on, wait. Because you got to think about this and you got to think about that. Like, is that going to work? Because look at that. Because they got a Ring camera. You got to be smart. Like, we're thinking about stuff like that. So, now we're going through, we're reading all the reviews after we had found this Airbnb, the four of us. And the fourth person isn't really that important. That's why I didn't give him a name. But at this point, four of us had drove out to this Airbnb just to look at the outside of it, just to look to see what the backyard looked like and all that good stuff. So now we're looking at it, and we all had met up, and now we're all outside talking about it. Like, yeah, we're going to have people park here along this way. We can have a bonfire out here, but at the same time, we don't want too many people outside because, we don't want to be too loud for the neighbors, but it's so closed off, I think it'll be cool back here for people to smoke outside because, you can't smoke in an Airbnb. So there was like a nice little cute outside area. And then inside was real big. Like, you walk inside and it's like this huge living space, and then dining room, and then the kitchen was pretty big. And then there was like 2 bedrooms in there. Like, it was real cool. It was real nice to have a party. And like, they had like this super huge table in there too. Like, if you wanted to do beer pong, or if you wanted to just get a game of cards going and just drinking, like, it was real lit. So we're like, yeah, this is perfect. And then like the living room was big enough for people to be like in the living room, dance, do whatever. So it was a pretty nice, big, spacious Airbnb. Now, of course, my job was the one to get the Airbnbs. All right. So I got the Airbnbs. And, Chelsea, she was the main person, like, providing all, like, the drinks and stuff. And she was getting, like, the bottles. I think I bought a bottle, too. And then Ted, he was the one actually paying for the Airbnb. So he had bought the Airbnb for the whole week. And, of course, he gave the money to me because I'm the one who had to pay for the Airbnb because I was getting the Airbnb under my name. All right, does that make sense, y'all? I felt like I was doing a lot of explaining, but I had to explain what we were trying to do here. So now we're like, cool, we got a date set, we got people coming. Of course, more people was coming on Saturday, but like I said, we got like a little thing going on Friday too. So now Friday comes and I'm like, all right, cool. I got the Airbnb. I'm here. It's nice. Y'all come through. Everything was good. And, you know, I had been in communication with the host. The host was just like, yep, you're good to go in. The key is here and this and that. And, you know, enjoy your stay. So everything was good to go. Now, I had told Ted, like, listen, I already got invited to this other Airbnb party. I am not going to be here on Friday during the first party. I'm not going to be there until after 2 o'clock. If y'all are still here, cool. Like, you know, parties go till 2. That's cool. But just so you know, I am not going to be here Friday. He's like, that's cool. I'm going to hold it down here because I really need you here Saturday because that's when the real big party is. I'm like, that's perfect. That's what we planned. But yeah, I'm not going to be here. So it happened to be my friend's, it was like her boyfriend, my friend's boyfriend's birthday that she threw for him at this Airbnb. And it was real nice. It was on like the north side of town, I think. But it was real nice. Our Airbnb was on the south side of town. But her Airbnb was real nice. I was like, oh yeah, this is a nice one. But hers was in like this, I guess you can call it like, I don't want to call it a loft, but I guess it was a loft. And it was like it was like the 3rd story. And it was real nice, y'all. Like, swear it was really, really nice. And it had like this nice outside area. And it was really giving. It was nice. She had a party there. So, of course, I went to that Airbnb. And she did it up for her, man. Like, it was real cute in there. Real cute, decorated. I had came in there so cute. They thought I was one of the strippers, y'all. If I can find a picture, I'll post it for y'all. But they thought I was one of the strippers. And y'all, if I do post this picture, I do look a little different. This is when I shaved my head and dyed my hair pink. Like, I do look different, but yeah. I walked in there and it was so nice. And then there were strippers. And y'all, that had to be the best part. Like, what? I was having so much fun in there. But it was strippers and her party was lit. And honestly, that's how our parties need to be. Like, for real. That's how they need to be. But yeah, her Airbnb was lit. But anyway, so I went all through that party that night with her. And then I had left and went back to the Airbnb, in which was under my name. With, you know, Ted and Chelsea. And Chelsea actually also had another prior engagement to be at. So she also was not able to be there on Friday. So Ted and the other guy was just holding it down. And yeah, so that's what happened. So basically, once I got back to the Airbnb on Friday, Ted was telling me all this like stuff through text. Like, yeah, there was a bunch of crazy shit going on here. I guess like it was more of like a little kickback, and a couple people came, and this person came, and this person came, and they had brought 2 trans people, and I guess there was like a big issue with there being a trans people, because I mean, at first when they said it, I'm like, okay, so what's the issue? And you know, niggas, they just be a little homophobic. So I guess I honestly wish I was there to just kind of diffuse the situation. I don't know fully what happened, why I was not there, but I knew it had something to do with the 2 guys there being trans. And I don't know. The guys wasn't fucking with it. They just wasn't. Of course, they weren't actual females there, but whatever. I don't know. I wasn't there, so I can't even fully explain what happened during that moment. But anyway, I started getting messages from the Airbnb host. Like, there's too many people in the house. Like, there's too many people in the house. So I'm looking around and I'm like, I don't really see nobody in the house. She was like, no, I counted on the Ring camera. I'm like, dang, there's a Ring camera. Like, we must have missed it. I don't know. Some type of camera hidden. But I counted on a camera. You guys have 12 people in there. And it's just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you're really going to be over here tripping about 12 people? And I was just like, oh, okay, my apologies. There's now only 2 people here. Because at that point, there really was only 2 people there. It was me and the other guy. And She was like, yeah, that's way too many people. You only paid for 6 people and there was 12 people in there. And I'm like, I understand. We just had a few guests, but our guests are now gone. So it's just 2 of us right now. And they were just like, yeah, those are against our rules. So we're going to need you to be out by 2 p.m. the following day on Saturday. And I'm just like, is there anything else I can do? Because literally they were just here and we were in here playing cards. And now everybody is gone, like, you know what I mean? And just the Airbnb host was not with it at all. When I tell you, like, nothing was even touched, it was so crazy. But they just do not play around. I didn't realize Airbnbs were that strict. Nobody was even staying the night. And it was 12 people. Like, come on. Are you telling me, like, if I get an Airbnb for Thanksgiving, my family can't come over? Like, that's fucking weird. Like, I don't know. Just fucking weird. I don't know. But anyway, they were like, you have to be out your Airbnb by 2 p.m. So at this point, I'm saying, okay, well, if that's the case, then I'm going to need to be reimbursed for Saturday because I paid for Friday and for us to be here Saturday and leave Sunday. And then they were like, you will not be issued a refund. You got to take that up with Airbnb. And I'm like, this shit is some scamming ass shit. This is really some scamming ass motherfucking shit. Is anybody an Airbnb host? Like, is this how y'all really get down? Like, seriously, is this how y'all really get down? Because it's like, I do understand it from the Airbnb's host point of view. Like, oh, they pay for 6 people and there's 12 people in here and I don't want them messing up my house. Like, I get it from that point of view, but at the same time, just like, is it really that real? I don't know. I guess. Because everybody was in there just chilling. He said they was chilling in there drinking, playing cards. Now, I guess it's good. I mean, it's not good that we got kicked out that Airbnb because we have a whole party going on Saturday. All right? I'd rather have got kicked out Saturday and had to leave early Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So now it's just like we don't have a venue to hold our party anymore. At all. We don't have a venue. So now I'm over here and I'm trying to think of a game plan. Like, where can we have this party? Because we already got people coming, you know what I'm saying? We already got all these liquor, all these, all these drinks, all this everything. Like, we need to be hosting a party venue somewhere. So now we're hitting up Chelsea, like, telling her what's going on, catching her up to speed. And she's like, damn, like, I got to think about where we can have this. Where can we do this? Where can we do this? So we're all putting our brains together. Now, mind you, I just went to an Airbnb party the night before and it was fucking lit. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm hitting up my girlfriend like, hey, girl, do you have your Airbnb for the weekend? And she was just like, yeah, I do. So then I'm like, oh, well, what are y'all doing today with it? Like, do you mind if we use it for a party? And she was just like, girl, I would say yes, but why don't we just get kicked out this morning for having a party last night? So I'm just like, oh my goodness, why are all the Airbnbs in Pittsburgh just tripping, just all around the city? Like, not us both getting kicked out of our Airbnbs. And now I'm not going to hold you at this point. Like, I'm like, dang, like, I never got kicked out of Airbnb before. And mind you, the Airbnb is under my name. So, of course, that's reflecting badly on me. And so now I'm looking at Ted like, damn, bro, like, there's nowhere we can have it because my other friend got kicked out of her Airbnb and that shit would have been fucking lit if we couldn't have it there. But she got kicked out of her Airbnb. And unless we go ahead and book another Airbnb somewhere else, we're going to have to cancel this party. Mind you, we ain't have money all like that. We're not about to book a whole nother Airbnb. It was bad enough the Airbnb that we got was like $500 for the weekend. So we're not about to keep like spending money, and we're not even like charging people to come to these parties yet. Because, at first you got to get people to come for free so they can see how your parties are, so you got to spend your money first before you can really start making profit off of parties, you know what I'm saying? So we wasn't making money after this. We was doing all of this out of our own pockets and whatnot. So now it's just like, okay, well, we kind of spent our budget already for this party. So now it just sucks, but we're just going to have to take the L and cancel it. So we did end up having to cancel it because we couldn't find, nothing else for the Airbnb. We couldn't find another venue for the Airbnb. We just couldn't find one. And I'm not going to lie, like, Ted kept trying, like, all right, well, let's start planning the next one. I'm going to put some more money together and we're going to plan the next one. So we're like, all right. But at the same time, I'm like, listen, that's cool and all, but I'm not going to keep using my name under these Airbnbs and keep getting kicked out of them. And now I can't use the Airbnbs for when I actually need them for like vacations and stuff. So I'm not going to lie, this partnership we had quickly went downhill just because it just, I don't know. We're not able to work well with Airbnb. We just can't unless we tell them what's actually going on. And no Airbnb person wants a party in their home because that's how things get broken and all that good stuff. So who wants to do all that? So I do fully understand from Airbnb's point of view. So with that, you know, we would have had to get some type of halls and whatnot to have alcohol at and whatnot. So long story short, it just did not end up working out, and that partnership did end up just falling apart. But we all remain good friends, and from that partnership, that is how me and Chelsea ended up becoming close. And I'll actually do a story time on how me and Chelsea actually became friends. I will tell that story time. But anyway, that's the time we try to, you know, be like event party planners and got kicked out of these Airbnbs. But yeah, y'all be getting kicked out of Airbnbs too? The Airbnbs be tripping on y'all? Do these hosts be tripping on y'all? Are you a host and do you be tripping? Let me know. But yeah, that's it for today's story time. Make sure you guys are like, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Get your girl to 2K, okay? And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.